Elevate your game with a gaming monitor that plays as hard as you do. These are the key things to look for in a gaming display, along with our top-ranked models. We've got deep dive reviews of the best gaming monitors on the market. As mentioned, the 24.5-inch Swift 360Hz is the world's first 360Hz gaming monitor. It features a 1920 by 1080 pixel native resolution and support for NVIDIA's G-Sync adaptive sync tech. The full unit measures 21.9 by 19.6 by 9.72 inches with the stand installed, and it weighs 21.8 pounds fully built. Speaking of the stand, it's a standout element of the unit, being both highly ergonomic with 25 degrees of horizontal swivel from left to right, and a range of -5 to 20 degrees of vertical tilt. The monitor also rotates 90 degrees so you can use it as a secondary display, though when you're spending this kind of money, I'm not sure why you'd use it as anything but your primary one. The stand is angled in much the same way as it was on the Editor's Choice ROG Swift Asus PG35 VQ. It has an offset sort of spiral design that accommodates almost any keyboard placement that gamers would need to play at their most comfortable, while still keeping the monitor close to their peripheral. For ports, the Swift 360Hz is equipped with one HDMI 2.0 port and one DisplayPort 1.4b slot, two USB 3.0 downstream ports, and one headphone jack for audio pass-through. The monitor gets a pass for having no speakers on the unit, since its main target is hardcore gamers, and anyone worth their ranked ladder placement is likely already using a gaming headset to hear enemy footsteps coming from a mile away. The VA-based Optix MPG341CQR is a 144Hz 34-inch gaming monitor with a 3440 by 1,440 pixel native resolution. On the design side of things, what immediately caught my eye, a mouse bungee mounted to the underside of the monitor, a camera cradle for a webcam on top, and a rainbow LED strip along the bottom. The latter can display colors that represent information or that just runs as a classic breathing RGB wheel. Outside of those new features, much of the core design is the same as what we've seen on other 34-inch, 21:9 ultra-wide monitors in this class. At 31.9 inches wide, 12.8 inches deep, and 22.2 inches wide, this 29.8-pound monitor is in the same general weight and size class as its competitors. MSI claims a bezel-free design, and the edging does provide a more immersive experience than you'd get otherwise. The monitor has an 1800R curvature rating. This refers to the number of millimeters the curve would occupy if you drew it out into a full circle. This degree of curvature is pretty standard for 34-inch ultra-wide monitors like this and provides an immersive experience for one person, though anyone trying to watch a movie side by side with someone else might find themselves at a less than ideal viewing angle. The chassis is lined along the back and side with ports, including one DisplayPort 1.4b and two HDMI 2.0 inputs, one USB Type-C, three USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-A ports, one USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-B, and a full audio stack of line-in, line-out, and combo jack ports. The audio ports process any signals sent or received through the HDMI or DisplayPort inputs. This is a healthy mix of ports, giving gamers the option to plug in a USB headset much closer to the screen versus running two cables all the way to the back of a tower. The LG 34GN850B is an overall good monitor with impressive gaming performance. The 21:9 aspect ratio and 3440 by 1440 resolution offer plenty of space to deliver an immersive gaming experience. This fairly well-built monitor is packed with gaming features like VRR support, and its native 144Hz refresh rate can be overclocked to 160Hz. One of the standout aspects is its response time. It's simply exceptional at its max refresh rate, and it remains extremely quick at 60Hz. It has native FreeSync support, G-Sync compatibility, and the input lag is very low. Its IPS panel provides fairly wide viewing angles, and its curved screen makes it easier to see the edges of the screen, especially if you sit close. If you want to use it in a well-lit room, it has decent reflection handling and gets bright enough to combat glare. Unfortunately, it has poor ergonomics as it doesn't offer any swivel range, so it may be hard to place in an ideal viewing position. Also, it has a low contrast ratio and no local dimming, so blacks look gray when viewed in the dark. The Odyssey G9 screen is surrounded by a very thin black band flush with the panel, with only a small bezel on the bottom edge, adorned with the Samsung logo in the center. A 4-direction control stick and power switch sits on the underside of the monitor, around the right third of the screen. The Odyssey G9 is a 49-inch, 5120 by 1,440 pixel QLED monitor with a 32:9 aspect ratio. It features a 1000R curve that's quite pronounced for its size, effectively encompassing your field of view when you're sitting comfortably in front of it. It features a refresh rate of 240 Hz with NVIDIA G-Sync compatible capabilities for adaptive sync. The back of the monitor is white, a fairly uncommon design choice we've also seen in Alienware's gaming monitors. It connects to a relatively thin but sturdy V-neck stand that sits on a wide, V-shaped base. The stand features height adjustment, but because the monitor is so big, it doesn't allow for any tilt. Samsung's Infinity Core lighting system sits where the stand attaches to the back of the monitor. It's a ring of RGB lights that evokes the look of a turbine, with 52 colors and 5 lighting effects accessible through the monitor's on-screen display system. The power connector sits to the left on the back side of the monitor, facing down. An HDMI port, 2 display ports, a USB hub input, and 2 USB ports can be found on the right side of the back of the monitor, under a snap-off shield. The Samsung Odyssey G9 gaming monitor is expensive, but it offers an incredible picture thanks to its class-leading brightness and contrast, as well as its excellent color performance. It handles fast motion very smoothly, and while input lag is slightly higher than we like to see in a high-end gaming monitor, it's still quite low and should satisfy most gamers. If you're looking for a massive curved gaming monitor that can easily replace 3 screens and wrap you up in its picture, the G9 is worth your consideration. Design-wise, nearly every aspect of the 3440 by 1,440 pixel Predator X35 mirrors its predecessor, the Acer Predator X34, down to the stand, the form factor, and the design accents on the back. One thing that has changed ever so slightly is the size. While the Predator X34 measured 34 inches diagonally, the Predator X35 is, naturally, 35 inches corner to corner. Another change is the addition of 4 RGB LED strips to the back of the unit, which can be controlled via Acer's LightSense software. At 29.5 pounds, the display is easily the heaviest Predator monitor to date, but given the amount of features packed inside, that's to be expected. If you plan on using the VESA mount in the back, make sure you have an arm or stand that's capable of supporting its weight. On the port side, which is really the stern, we found just enough ports to keep most gamers happy, including one DisplayPort 1.4b. As for audio performance, the X35, like the X34, has 2 4-watt speakers on the back and also features a single headphone pass-through jack.